Thank you. That was pretty good. Good afternoon. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. All right, so we are here to celebrate Walkathon. Wow, what an incredible job you all did this year at Walkathon. Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? I'm so proud of each and every one of you for your dedication, your enthusiasm, and your effort on that day. Whether you were walking, jogging, or sprinting, you showed amazing spirit and teamwork, which made this event such a huge success. Thanks to all your hard work and support of your family, friends, and community, we were able to raise a fantastic amount of money. Can you give yourself a round of applause? All of this money that was raised will go back to our school to make it even better. Because of your efforts, we can have assemblies, we'll have other fun events, and have other opportunities for learning and celebration throughout the year. At this time, I would also like to thank the adults that helped put this together. Mrs. Baumann. Round of applause. Dr. Dahlman. Mrs. Covert, Mrs. Eichenseer, and Mrs. Fudagaki. Please stand and give them a round of applause. I'll let you stand up. Stand up. All right, and have a seat. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Baumann up to the podium.
Walkathon 2024. It does seem like it was a while ago, but we still need to recognize you for all of your hard work and your dedication. So let's think back. It was a month and a half ago. I remember what an amazing day it was. Even though it had to be postponed, you still showed up. You did absolutely, ridiculously amazing. I am so proud, just like Mrs. Beaver said, of all of your hard work and your perseverance. Your grade level goals, they certainly weren't easy, and many of you, in addition, had a personal goal, which was even more challenging. Now, as proud as I am of your number of laps, I'm even more proud of the champion choices I saw all day long. From the first third graders that arrived in the morning to the first graders that were the last ones to leave the track. Champion choices. That is what by far I am most proud of. Student after student I saw getting tired, but dug deep within themselves to push through and to reach their goals, or to walk one more lap than they really thought they could. When many of you saw a classmate doubting themselves or wanting to give up, you cheered them on to keep going and to not give up. So many of you even did extra laps with your classmates to make sure they finished and reached their goals. Of course, my favorite memories are always going to be how excited you get and your gigantic smiles when you reached your goals. I know I say this every single year I get up here and I say, but I promise it's true. I will never, ever get tired of hearing you say, Mrs. Baumann, I reached my goal. Mrs. Baumann, I crushed my goal. Or, I was tired, but I didn't give up. I heard those statements all day long, over and over, and I am so proud. So, as I'm about to announce some of the totals and some of the accomplishments, I want you to know how proud I am of every single one of you. Every single one of you. Therefore, If you participated in Walkathon 2024, and that includes all of the training that we did leading up to Walkathon, I would like you to stand up so you can be recognized. Okay, HighPoint, you may have a seat. And just like at Walkathon, I want to see champion choices right now. So I'm going to start with the top individual performers. These students will be receiving a golden water bottle for their accomplishments. I will call them up individually so we can applaud them each, and I ask that they stay up here so then hopefully maybe PTA could get some pictures of them together. So we're going to start with the second highest overall at Walkathon 2024. This individual walked or cruise controlled 47 laps, which equates to 11.75 miles. And the golden water bottle goes to Jaron Pataski. And next, there is actually 3 individuals that will be receiving the highest award, and it will be, again, the golden water bottle, but it's a 3-way tie. I love that because they weren't trying to outdo one another. Instead, they finished together. And that's really what Champion Choices in the heart of HighPoint is all about. So I'm going to call them up one at a time. But I will say that all of these individuals completed 48 laps, which is 12 miles. So again, I'm going to call them up one at a time so we can clap for them individually. The first one is Carter Peck. The second, again, 48 laps, which is 12 miles, Bryce Villanueva. And I'm going to say it one more time in case you forget. 48 laps, 12 miles, and that is Colton Day. Let's give him one more round of applause. All right. So, before I announce the golden shoes, I would like to recognize classes that had 100% of their students reach their goals, both grade level and personal. This achievement deserves to be recognized. It takes a team effort and a lot of support from their classmates and their teachers to get 100%. If I call your class, please stand up quietly. We will hold our applause until the very end when I finish announcing all of the teachers. So again, when you hear your teacher's name, just stand up quietly. Mrs. Pape, Miss Mooney, Mrs. Wired, Mrs. Cook, Miss Glassmeyer, Miss Ramsey, Mrs. Gigliotti, Mrs. Stacy, Miss Winger, Mrs. Woods, Mrs. Gordon, Mrs. Boyer, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Randalls, Mrs. Conforti, Mrs. Padova, and Mr. Mitchum. Let's hear it for them. Okay, again, you may be seated. Okay. Give me 5. Thank you. Let's make sure we keep the aisle clear because we might have more people coming up. We don't want anybody to trip. Now, for the famous golden shoes. The golden shoe goes to the class with the highest average. And if you may remember, last year we brought back the primary golden shoe. This award is special because just 1 or 2 students cannot earn it for their class. It has to be a total class effort. Every lap counts, so every student needs to give their best effort. So the very first one I'm going to announce is the primary golden shoe. This class averaged 18.68 laps per student, which equates to 4.67 miles. Drum roll, please. The 2024 primary golden shoe is awarded to Mrs. Gigliotti's class. Not yet, not yet. Just wait. And then, 2nd grade, you can go ahead and pass it down to your teacher. That way she can hold on to it till the end. Now, for the school-wide overall golden shoe, this class completed an impressive 34.5 lap average. That means the average kid in this class did 34.5 laps, which is 8.63 miles. Now, I know this teacher is extra excited about it because this is the first time they have earned it for their class. So, drum roll. The 2024 overall golden shoe goes to Mr. Mitchum's class. I do want to say congratulations to Mr. Mitchum. I know he was really excited about that. Okay, HighPoint. This is the last thing I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to tag PTA, and then they're going to kind of finish this out. I want to announce our total mileage. Now, we have not quite 600 kids, but close to 600 kids in the school. So I know that's got to be a lot of miles. So, with your determination this year, HighPoint students walked 10,648 laps, which equates to 2,662 miles. Whew. This is like walking from HighPoint to Disneyland in California, then, oh, just wait, we're not done yet. Then Listen, so we can know how far we walked. I'll say it again. We walked from HighPoint to Disneyland in California, then continuing to walk north up to San Francisco to halfway across the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, apparently, we're gonna have to wait until next year to get all the way across the Golden Gate Bridge, but we made it halfway across, so just kidding. I'll let you go all the way across. So, I think that is pretty impressive. We'll say that one more time. 10,648 laps, which is 2,662 miles! Super, super impressive, and we all are so proud of you. So proud. Love you, HighPoint.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am just going to say a quick thank you to all the corporate sponsors. Who supported us during the walkathon, and some of them are tied to students, so if I call your name, just stand and we'll do a big clap at the end for everyone. So the list is 101 Beer Kitchen. We have Ali Romat Dula, which is associated with Gloria and Emmett Romat, if I'm saying that correctly. Austin Waddle, Urban Exterior Companies, Sloan Waddle. Bowers Hyman Capital Affairs, Jackson and Jacob Bowers. Boyer Insurance, Cami and Willow Boyer. We have Cold Stone Creamery, Yana Javensky. Columbus Painting, Lane and Julia Russup. We have Darmar Martial Arts, Elevation Studios, Odyssey Toddy. Fisher Management Partners, we have Evan Fisher. Gahanna Jefferson Education Association. Gotham Insurance Agency, we have Irwin and, I'm not gonna say this correctly, Ierna Gottman. We have GNC Truck Services, Elena and Elizabeth Cruz Gersbauer. Goddard School of Gahanna, Mila and Bryden Park. We have Grant Gergley, agent for American National Insurance, Alex Gergley. Handler Bail Bonds, Ryan Handler. Hutta and Price Orthodontics. Jeremy Pape, CRT Realtors, Janie Pape. Kelly Tool Interior Design, Porter Field. Kelsey Schott, Red One Realty, Penny Schott. Link Real Estate Group, we have Teddy and Sammy Javinsky. McCullen's Taekwondo Academy. We have Michelle Tuesday Music School, Philip Wallemeyer. Pigeon Roost Farms, Sydney Johnson. Simpson Covert Wealth Management Group at Morgan Stanley, Braden Covert. The Roofing Guys, Tina Wedebrook, Remax Connection, Cameron Wedebrook. Vesco Medical, Anna Atkinson, and Wellness Method, Nora Himes. We give a big round of applause to all the corporate sponsors. Okay, you guys can sit down. Thank you. Oh,
Boys and girls, remember last week at the Veterans Day Assembly how amazing you were as audience members? I would like to see that right now, because some of the boys and girls could not hear their names because others were talking. So make sure you are a great audience listener, so that way everybody can hear the names, okay? Thank you.
Along with our corporate sponsors, this year we did family sponsors. So as I read your family name, please stand and we'll applause at the end. The A-to-Day family, the Albanese family, the Amherst family, the Bollinger family, the Bentley family, the Balmer family, Bowers family, Covert family, Cruz Gersbauer family, Dahlman family, Dempster family, Dingle family, Ike and Sear family, Finish Line Engravers, Foster and Moore family, Garmin family, Hassan Zeta family, the Hofstetter family, the Yanakiewski family, the Lane family, the Lawrence family, the Markins family, the Martin family, the Mathis family, Melissa Fisher, the Mill family, the Miller family, the Naranha family, the Paymer family, the Pape family, Pigeon Roost Farm, the Robbie family, Robert and Kelsey Fisher, the Robertson family, the Rowe family, the Sari family, the Sagal family, the Schweiterman family, Sell family, Shaner family, Shiny Gyarados O'Neill, the Snowden family, Thomas family, Tyrogue and Yvette O'Neill, the Vo family, the Vusatel family, the Vias family, Ward family, Warren family, Wattenberg family, Wiedebrook family, Williams family, Young family, and the Zirkle family. Thank you to all of these families for being family sponsors this year. Next, we are going to give out the Heart of HighPoint Awards. I can't start till everyone's quiet. Thank you. The Heart of HighPoint is an award voted on and given from the PTA. The award is for a class that encompassed the spirit and meaning of Walkathon. The class came together and gave their all to work towards goals, push each other, help each other, and encourage each other. They displayed leadership, kindness, and teamwork. While we saw many classes and students doing this, there were 3 classes this year that stood out and received the award. And a representative from each class will come up after we talk about them. So our first class, in this class, 100% of the students reached their goal. They walked extra laps with their classmates to help motivate and support them in reaching their goals. But they made sure to tell Mrs. Baumann that those extra laps wouldn't count in their class totals to make sure they were being fair and honest. And one classmate who was unable to participate after walking a few laps stepped up as a student coach. He was physically on the track cheering and pushing his classmates to keep going and not give up. Without a doubt, his class would not have completed as many laps without his positive energy and extra motivation. And this year's first Heart of HighPoint Award goes to Mr. Mitchum's class. The next class also had 100% reach their goals. They were super focused on performing their best, but without being overly competitive. They were self-motivated and stayed positive, pushing each other to keep going and up until the very last lap. And the second class to receive the Heart of HighPoint Award is Mrs. Padova's class. And our third class was another class that had 100% reach their goals, including the 7 new students to HighPoint who had never been to a walkathon before. They didn't give up and jumped at the chance to stay a little longer so they could complete their goals. It would have been super easy to just stop and go back up to HighPoint, but these students were determined to not quit when they knew they were so close to reaching their goals. We were impressed with their determination and perseverance, and the third award goes to Mrs. Gordon's class. These three classes not only get to display the Heart of HighPoint pillow for the year and know that they really displayed the Heart of HighPoint championship, but they will also be receiving a donut party the week before break. Can you get them to be quiet again? Can you get them to be quiet?
Give me 5, please. Thank you.
Many businesses around Gahanna donated different prizes that some of you have already been receiving or will be receiving, and we are going to do a raffle for the last few for those big prizes.
All right, yeah, we just have a few more prizes left. There were like 160 students that won something this year, so that was so exciting. So thank you to all the raffle sponsors. Mrs. Bauman's gonna pick out a name, and if your name gets called, you can walk up here and get your prize, okay? Sure, you can say it.
Anthony Pizarro.
You get a goldfish swim bag, okay? Guess we should say that what the prize is. Our next prize is a Lions beanie.
Jacob Bowers.
Thank you. Our next one is a Lions hat.
Ivy Miller.
You can open it up if you want to. Sure. Next, we have a Lions sweatshirt. Oh, she's not here. Elizabeth Cruz Gersbauer.
Elizabeth Cruz Gersbauer.
I think she's out of town, so we'll hold that one for her. We have another Lions sweatshirt.
Yana Jawanski. Jawanski.
We have another Gahanna sweatshirt.
Isaac Warren.
And then this one is an Urban Air gift basket.
I have it. I'm just waiting. You want to hear this? Zola Thomas.
And then we have a Nothing Bundt Cakes gift basket. Thank you.
Jude Buckles.
All right, last one. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to give it. right, and the last one is this Gehenna gear from 643 Spirit, and our last winner is
Theo Harriet.
I'll do this for Elizabeth. Her prize.
So walkathon wasn't just about walking and reaching our goals. So walkathon wasn't just about walking and reaching your goals. It was also about raising money that we can use to do many great things like assemblies, new equipment, super games at the end of the year, different learning games for your Chromebooks, and hopefully rebuilding our climbing wall. So Mrs. Ballman's going to do a reveal of how much money we earned this year.
Sure what that is. It is $41,268.50. Congratulations, HighPoint. That's amazing. So we have one last thing. I think you're going to get really excited for that. So if I could have the numbers, you can just go ahead and set them on the table because you don't want to miss what you're about to see up on the projector. And Mr. Bahari created a very special slideshow for all of you. So this is Walkathon 2024 by Mr. Bahari. Okay, that does conclude our assembly for today, but we did not get pictures of, it was the Heart of HighPoint. So the students that came up for the Heart of HighPoint, if you could bring your pillows back up and come up to the front, and then also it was the Golden Shoe, I believe. So Mitchum's class, the students that came up for that, and Gigliotti's class. If you guys could come up, because PTA wants to get pictures of those. And then students, just look to your teachers and they will dismiss you.